We call worlds A and Z worlds because world Z is not the future of world A's timeline, it's its own timeline. Holojung talked about this when he first gave Hongjung the chromer. Get rid of the idea that the world you see is everything. There are many dimensions and many realities in this world. The world I am in, the world you are in, are all real. They discuss the two worlds further in the Golden Hour Part 3 diary. The scholar explained that there could be even more dimensions and universes than just the two worlds, and none of the members could refute this hypothesis as an ungrounded assumption. The moment that we, who had until that point believed World A was the only world, stepped into World Z, our understanding of the one and only universe was flipped completely upside down. The existence of two dimensions also meant that more universes could very likely exist. In a sentence, there are two equal and opposite timelines that cause each other. Worlds A and Z are mirrored, and what happens in one influences what happens in the other. Also, everything is opposite, like dusk is dawn, or, as I've noticed, ATEEZ stay together in World Z and tend to split up in World A. Although, this matter of opposites doesn't apply to people's natures. ATEEZ and holoTEEZ are both good, whereas Z and Henry Joe were both evil, etc. ATEEZ's timeline can be represented by a three-dimensional shape called a Möbius strip, which basically looks like a loop with a twist in it. A two-dimensional diagram to illustrate this more clearly comes in a familiar shape. You can think of one side of the infinity as the inside of the strip, one as the outside, and the middle as the twist. Here's an example of a Möbius strip timeline. You can time travel, so you go back in time to kill your grandfather. If he's dead, your mother isn't born. If your mother isn't born, you aren't born, which means you can't time travel. However, if you can't time travel, you can't kill your grandfather. So he lives to have your mother lives to have you, and you can time travel, which means that you can now kill your grandfather again. So what you have now are two timelines, one where your grandfather lives and one where he dies, and each of these timelines causes the other to exist. The same is true for ATEEZ lore. Events in worlds A and Z flow into each other, each world causing the other to exist as it does. It's also worth noting that whilst the Möbius strip does loop in a way, each loop doesn't have to be the same as the last. It's kind of like a reboot, so there can be differences. Think of the Golden Hour Part 3 preview. It starts off in a car, and the end loops back to the beginning, only at the end the rear view is cracked, and it wasn't to begin with. This could also mean there's a chance to save those who have been lost.